So for the basic profile,
Outlet Restaurant founded by Mr. Billy Ong. The operations manager is Angeli Gelamucho. Date of establishment, June 2018. Commenced operations, December 2018. Branches, Bacoor and Habay. Number of employees, 15 to 16 employees of all branches. And target customers, all types, but mostly the millennials. Next. Mr. Ong studied years in the Philippines and 1 year training in United States to follow his passion for his cooking. The restaurant was inspired by American style. The reason why it is named bar and restaurant. Now the restaurant sells only chicken wings because it is popular in the Philippines today. And the owners believe that following what trends also gained the restaurant's popularity. Next.
the operations manager of Toss Eat emphasized that most of the competitors around Cavite do not drizzle the sauces evenly. Likewise, Toss Eat continues to develop unique flavors with currently 15 flavored wings under the business menu. In every business, it is inevitable to encounter some challenges, and one of these is the unstable lockdown restrictions of Cavite, volatile surge of complaints about the service aspect like delayed serving and some instances of rejecting the customers due to unavailability of space. Nevertheless, the operations manager emphasized the importance of adaptability, and the staff will continue to apply this aspect to improve more and become much competitive in the industry. Next. For the executive summary, in this paper, we analyze the history of the restaurant, where Toss East Restaurant is an unlimited wing place located in Cavite with two branches in Molina and in Habay. The restaurant offers 14 different unique flavors and drinks like iced tea and beer. In this paper, we also analyze the SWOT analysis, which is important to identify the company's capabilities, what they may be lacking in, to seize opportunity, and to help recognize the possible threat. Pestle analysis were also discussed to analyze the internal and external environment of the restaurant. In this paper, both SWOT and special analysis will be discussed by my group mates in the few slides. Next.
For the strength of the restaurant, customers strongly recommended Toss It Restaurant based on their Facebook page ratings, Food Panda, and GrabFood. Toss It offers a loyalty card for their loyal customers, and according to Miss Angie B, claims that they have a solid system in place for finances, quality control, and supplies. The owners and employees are well versed in food safety. Furthermore, Toss It Restaurant maintain a consistent level of food and service quality. Next.
So for the weaknesses, slow expansion of other branches, tradition process when it comes to taking orders, and decrease of sales during the pandemic. Next.
Now for the opportunities. So the delivery penetration by using third-party apps such as Foodpanda and GrabFood, it will help amplify the reach and serve a wider range of customers. Second is their loyal returning customers. Third is their introduces unique flavors. Fourth is their expansion, and fifth is they follow the trend.
So for the threats, some of the other neighborhood eateries share the same design and atmosphere. Number two, afraid to disappoint the customers. And number three, don't complete plan during the disasters.
For the political factor, thus it must also have a requirement of allowing only vaccinated people to enter the restaurant for the safety of the diners and the um, employees as well. Thus, it should look more on health and sanitation practices during this pandemic year. Next. For the economic factor, thus it restaurant must not prioritize to lower their price to its competitor, but to focus on creating a price that is worthy to the willingness of the customers to pay. Next.
Now for the social, first is the healthy trend. So healthy eating has become a mainstream, thus this is something thus it must consider. Second is the cultural values and beliefs, and third is the demographic change. So the restaurant should focus on things that attracts the millennials.
In today's competitive world, technology is constantly improving. The restaurant utilized social media as a strategy implementation. As the COVID-19 arise, thus it adopted a GCash as their contactless payment. But they still accept cash for customers who don't have GCash. The management initially trained its employees on the new technology. They have cleaning procedures in place before they depart their restaurant. In addition, the restaurant is innovative in terms of technology and equipment.
For legal factor before entering such market, a restaurant should carefully consider its option because it results in the theft of the restaurant's secret unique sauce. Thus, leadership should consider following legal factors: discrimination law, copyright patents, intellectual property law, consumer protection in e-commerce, employment law, health and safety law, data protection. Next. For environmental factor, the information can be also used to assess operating environment and set up organization goals. The following are some the environmental consideration that thus it should think about ahead of time: weather, climate change, laws regulating environment pollution, air and water pollution regulation in restaurant industry, recycling, waste management in services sector, attitude toward green or ecological products, attitude toward and support for renewable energy. Next.
For the strategic implementation, the Toss 8 restaurants strategize to gain more customers through the use of social media platforms, and they also invest in Facebook ads. Also, in the consistency and quality of food and service is important for the restaurant. And they consider to expand the facilities in Molino to accommodate more people as as their place is small and compact. And lastly, they have a well-trained employee which undergo training to be knowledgeable about the food safety and sanitation. Next.
Based on the researchers' observation, the following good points of TOS-IT are being financially stable, the drive to innovate in terms of diversifying flavors, and upgrading the kitchen equipment. Lastly, the business is available on popular online delivery platforms. The researchers believe that this particular strategy is the reason why the business became much successful during the pandemic. On the other hand, there are some aspects that the business lacks, like the absence of systematic implementation when a natural threat strikes and the unavailability of spaces when there is a lot of customers. It is also advised that the unstable restriction is an aspect that the business should learn to live with. As despite the aforementioned criticisms, it is admirable that the restaurant is enthusiastic in terms of continuously improving for the better, so thus its future is certainly bright. Next.
Control. Thus, it is closely monitoring and assessing their strategies to ensure that it is functioning effectively. The focus is on activities involved in strategy formulation and strategy implementation, ensuring that all phases of the strategy management procedures are appropriate, compatible, and properly functioning. In the case of TOS-IT, if the actual performance of the implemented strategies falls short of predetermined standards set for the purpose, correctively actions will be taken.
Taking everything into account, customers exclusively recommended in TOS it social media feedbacks and ratings, food delivery service ratings, and feedbacks by the customers. Therefore, overall restaurant are highly recommended. Next.
For the recommendation, thus eat bar and restaurant is good in quality control and food and cleanliness, as well as marketing strategies in terms of using new technologies for the promotion of the product. The researchers observed that the restaurant should come up with a business plan wherein future threats are determined to create a strategy in advance. Management should also create restrictions because the restaurant mostly receive complaints in reviews about the services and employees. And that's all. Thank you.